All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome to
Woo!
the live. If you can see us, please put something in the chat if you can see us, if you can hear us, okay? Because we need to make sure that we are live and direct today. Actually, I see it. It says watch live now with who? Alexa. So you guys, if you can see us and you can see us and you can hear us, okay, please put something in the chat. If I'm yelling, just please let me know. All
Excellent.
right. All right. So I want to make sure I got all the comments on good here because you guys know sometimes I don't do well at the live stream. All right. And can you guys see on your YouTube? Can the panel check on your channel?
Mine
It
was
looks
on.
like I'm streaming. I've got the little green tick.
Yeah. So I can't see the chat right now, but I can see the chat on screen. Okay, yeah, I can see it on screen. So Karen, if you can monitor the chat today, Karen, say hello so everybody knows. Karen, YouTube over 40.
Yes, that's me.
All
And
right.
happy
So
birthday, Reva. Happy birthday,
thank you.
Reva.
Yes, happy birthday.
Let's take a second to really wish you happy
Okay.
birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. All right, girl. Yes.
Thank you. Thank you. Everybody in the chat, it's my birthday. I'm 55 and still alive. Praise the
Wow.
Lord. Yes, I'm an over 40 content creator, and that's who you see on the screen. All of us are over 40 content creators in the small content creator YouTube space. So today is a very, 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 besides it being my born day, is a very special day for me because I have a virtual mentor in my space and in my face and in your face. And she is Alexa Saarenoja. Say hello, honey.
Hello. Thank you for
So,
having me
yeah, so Alexa
in your
is
space.
in my face, in my space. So listen, look, I do like to bring all of my excitement to the videos and to the live streams when I'm on because guess what? I am an introvert, whether you guys know it or believe me or not. And I don't like to bring that introvert energy over here to YouTube. I don't like to do that. So I won't waste your time. I am, if you're new or if you've just been under a rock somewhere and you don't know who Alexa is, let me explain to you who she is. So, besides being somebody special to me, she's not just another YouTube coach. She's the real deal. And I say real deal. If you guys haven't seen her video, it was like yesterday, it's already got like 5,000 views on 5.5 thousand views on it because she was rickety raw, like you can see, about where she is on her journey currently. And I can totally resonate with you. You guys go check out that video. It was part of her a little bit of a new direction with regard to her doing podcasts. So I wish you all the luck in that space that you're going and just being how you are when I first discovered you, which was your authentic self. And you call yourself Scrappy, a scrappy YouTuber.
For sure.
For sure. With some very good tools that I have used in order to grow my own community. I don't like to say to grow my channel or to get subscribers, but to grow my community. And we're going to talk about one of the tools that I used, and then I copied it and I shared it with the community because you don't mind people copying your style. You give out all your stuff for free, even though you got a paid community. We're going to be talking about some of those tools. I'm going to open up the floor to you and to the chat so people can learn. But I want to talk a little bit. I want to embarrass you a little bit more. Is that okay?
Sure.
Okay, good.
I'll just go
So,
down. I'm just kidding.
Be careful what you wish for, Alexa, because this is it.
Yeah, that's true.
Party
Maybe I should
vibe.
know you a little better.
Yeah.
So, Alexa, the real deal when it comes to helping content creators build something sustainable. But not only that, she's all about building a purpose-driven channel and purpose-driven people. She operates a lot in her purpose, how to grow without being burnt out, without chasing vanity metrics, and really to step into building a business around the person that you are. And if you don't know that you are your niche, that's me saying this, you are your niche. A lot of us are looking, we don't know how to start. We're like, I don't know what niche to get in. Honey, you are your niche. Now, your niche can be very multifaceted. But like Alexa said, and I've always said this because she said it first, was in order to blow up, you got to niche down to blow up. I heard it there on your channel first. So Alexa, she's running a thriving community. She's dropping gems on her own YouTube channel that's now at 51,000 subscribers. They're tuning in. They're very faithful. I'm on her school community, SKOOL. Go look up her school community so that you can learn a lot for free. And then there's some paid tools that she has in her community. So y'all get ready, because today is going to be good with a T, as we learn how to survive, not only survive, but thrive as a small content creator. Let's give it up for Alexa.
Yo.
Woo! Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you for being here.
Yeah, thank you for having me. I love this energy.
Who's going first? You let me know, Reba, because I have a
That's
ton
all
of.
that's all I had to say until I start jumping in like double dutch.
I have a question that I've been meaning to ask you, because I was with you from day one. You know,
Oh, thank you.
but I'm telling you, I was like, oh my gosh, she's handling her business. She's got kids, she's got a family, and she's still doing this. Now, what excuse do I possibly have to not do it? So that you really motivated me from the very beginning when I first started YouTube. And I'm so thankful that I had you as a mentor, even, behind your scenes. So my question is, how do you balance what your audience wants versus what you actually want to create? Because I know sometimes we get burnt out about, maybe a video goes viral, and like that happened to me. And then people expect me to keep talking about that one thing. And I'm like, I don't really want to talk about that. That was like a one-off. How do you balance that?
These are good questions. I don't really do any balance, to be honest, but I try to always have fun. And if I find I'm not having fun, that's when things like my podcast comes out, like that's when the raw comes out. So I feel like I deliver what I think people need, what I see in the comments, what people are asking for. And then if I feel like I'm getting stale or stagnant, or like I feel like the energy is not flowing, then I need to do something that I really want to do. So I serve as much as I can. And then if I feel like I'm losing some of myself somehow, then I bring back something different or do something different. So I think if you were to have a balance, I would say if you do 4 videos, one of them should be fun, at least, so that you always have something to look forward to. But I do enjoy like teaching. So I do enjoy making like tutorial videos and stuff like that. And right now I'm really loving deep dives. So I'm going into those right now. But I don't know if that answered your question, but I would try to just make sure you have fun every once in a while, so that you do stay energized. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So Alexa, when you say deep dive, what do you mean by deep dive? Because I've watched most of your content, number one, but definitely when you get raw, for some reason I feel like during those times I'm there as well, especially right now. Like that's why it resonated so much, because I feel like, oh my God, am I going through burnout again? I don't like the how to grow on YouTube space, because that can get so redundant and so far away from your purpose. So how do you manage that? And when you say deep dive, what are you deep diving?
So deep dive, I think of as like master classes, more like I want to do videos now. I'm spending more time on like one video. So I'm spending like, I would say anywhere from like 8 hours to 4 days on one video, like just the script of like what I want to say in that one video. And I want it to be like at least around an hour long, 40 minutes to an hour. Sometimes they're over an hour, but I want it to be like a real deep dive on one topic. Like thumbnails is what I'm going to work on next. But like I did one on email. I did one on, what's it called, like a personal brand and how to make money with YouTube, all of these. So I want to keep doing that because I really enjoy going deep into a topic rather than staying surface level. And I have been doing 3 videos a week since I started, and I'm just a little burnt out on producing 3 videos a week. And so I'm going to do one big deep dive, and then I'm thinking of doing the podcast each week is what I'm going into now. And that allows me to like really go deep on a topic and then also have my own just like commentary on this whole experience in the more podcast style stuff. What was the other question you asked? You asked something else besides deep dive.
It was that was pretty much it, because I
Okay.
was saying that the burnout piece, like being
Oh, yeah.
raw and doing like being on the same, I guess, energy wavelength when it comes to, okay, yeah, I'm creating. It's time to do something different in this creator space, and then you feel like you're getting burnt out.
Yeah, that okay. So now I've gone through the burnout cycle like 3 times on this journey. I've only been doing this like 15 months or something like that. And this last one, which is why I did that video just yesterday or the day before, whenever it came out, was because I found myself getting there again. Like I just want to run away from it all. And that happens a lot on YouTube, because YouTube is, especially if you're like a heart-centered person, empathetic, you know, really care about your audience and really want to do a good job and show up authentically. It's very hard in this space, because this landscape is so intense. It's so sensationalized. It's so dramatic. It's so over the top. And it's like a little too much sometimes, like, especially for, like you said, you're an introvert. I'm also an introvert. So like, it's in your face. It's really loud sometimes.
Yeah.
And especially the niche I'm in, like YouTube growth, is a little bit of a gross niche, to be honest. It gives me the ick a lot. And so you really have to like take breaks. And now I'm starting to see the warning signs. Like the warning signs are getting a little bored, or like feel like you don't want to show up today, or you don't want to write a script today, or you don't, like, there's nothing, you have a list of ideas but you don't want to do any of them. Like those are like signs that you're getting towards that burnout. And so now that I really notice it, I'm definitely, it's usually because, like I said in that video, you're starting to go towards something that's not you. You're just, because you're in that environment so much, you're going to be influenced by it, even if you don't want to be. And so like you really have to have a strong like mental fortitude to stay the course, like be authentic, be yourself. But it's very difficult. And I find when you start to like get away from yourself is when it starts to get less fun and less, you lose motivation and inspiration, all that stuff. So I think it's really important to always check in with yourself. And that's what I'm trying to get better at doing now that I've finally gone through 3 rounds of almost burning out. So is to really pay attention, like notice the warning signs, and then also ask yourself, like, what do I really want to do with this? Who am I trying to reach? Remind yourself you care about the people, read the comments, like really go in the comments and see the people and talk to the people. And I feel like that brings you back to yourself and why you're here, and forget all the noise of YouTube. So I'm rambling, but you know, it's late.
No,
at night for
you're
me.
not rambling. You're not rambling. Let me tell you where you are.
Yeah.
All up in my space and in my face and in my heart. I've said it too often here lately, whether it be on the school meeting or on YouTube in a video. I've said, you guys, I almost quit. Like this was the week I almost quit. And I've said that probably 3 times in the last 3 weeks. And you, much like me, because you're ahead of me, so I watch you and I learn from you. I pick up your breadcrumbs. When it comes to coaching, you put the coaching part on top of that. And then, like Miriam said, that you have your family, your kids, and your spouse, and then you have your spiritual life. You want to stay authentic. How do you do it all and not quit, right?
Yeah.
Especially when you said, like, it feels like, yeah, it's this YouTube growth space. I don't know if anybody in the chat how their niches feel. I think all niches have like a nuanced feel. If being in their field makes them feel a certain way, like our YouTube growth space is very saturated. There's a lot of gimmicks. It's very gimmicky. And what I liked about you, Alexa, was that you were never gimmicky. You said, this works for me. I'm keeping track. And this is so I found you because I like every video, back in the day, a year and a half ago, you would document every journey from week to week, from day to day, every time you put up a video. And then you would talk about how you felt creating the videos, how you felt with the views, how you felt, just making the community, the comment section, everything. And now, almost 2 years for you, a year and a half for me, and 3 burnouts later and trying to avoid another one, how do you stay purpose filled in a space that we as spiritual people are supposed to dominate? How do you stay grounded? Talk about your shamanic experience.
Yeah, that's my savior for sure when it comes to staying grounded. But it's funny because sometimes when you get so in that mode of like creating and in that masculine energy, it's really hard for me to slow down to do shamanic journeying, because for shamanic journeying, I have to really be in my heart space. And like, if I'm in crazy work mode and I go for a walk, I just want to listen to like techno music and walk as fast as I can, or heavy metal, or, you know, and just go.
Karen knows all about that.
So sometimes I'll like try to play like nature sounds, and I'm just like speed walking in nature sound, and it's just like, it's just not working. It's not working. And so like eventually I just crash, and I have to do it. I have to like slow down. And so that's, yeah. So shamanic journey is definitely my space of like peacefulness and groundedness. And the way I do shamanic journeying is I do like a walking meditation. So I don't do the whole like drum, like a lot of people drum or have some sort of like chant or something like that, or like have someone drum for them and then they go on a journey. But for me, I just walk and I listen to, ironically, I'm in nature walking, but I listen to nature sounds. I was joking with a mentor the other day about this, but yeah, so I put on nature sounds and then I walk, and then I go into my journey and I go into my heart and I just ask like, what do I need right now? Please like guide me or something like that if I'm struggling. And yeah, and I talk to sage, like in my, like, I see everything as I'm walking in my, I don't even know how to explain it. I see everything.
You're a seer.
Wow.
Yeah, I can see like everything, like colors, and I smell and I taste and I touch, and everything it's so vibrant, everything. And the words are like, well, the one, like if you're getting guidance in a way that they're speaking, the words are clear, everything is clear. But if it's more, some guides are like don't speak, they use metaphors and symbolisms and stuff like that. So but it's all very clear to me. It sounds cuckoo, but I love it because I always get such great wisdom when I go on those journeys. But there's no like it's no like psychedelics or anything. It's just me walking. So I just want to make that clear, because I feel like some people think shamanic journeying is like induced, like drug induced, but it for me it's not at all.
Yeah.
Right.
All natural.
Karen, you got any input for, like, you super quiet today, so Karen is like gun shy, I think.
I've literally just got like a couple of pages and I've just been skimming around. I tell you one of the things I was quite, first of all, I think your podcast idea is so incredible, and it's so timely, and it's honestly just the amount of things that you say that I'm just like, oh wow, like I was literally watched it again last night just to kind of like take some notes from it. But well done on that, Alexa. Like that is, but I just love your realness. Like you just really, you know, like, and you even talk about like just with your journey, like I didn't know that you were an architect. And that actually you did futuristic, like that was your whole vibe, and you're obviously part of your brand, part of your kit, your design kit probably. But I loved how you sort of like talked about you experimenting with your quite futuristic, like AI sort of looking quite strong, Sasha Fierce, you know what I mean? Like incredible thumbnails. But one of the things I was super curious about is that you said it started to attract people that were more drawn to dramatics and intensity, and you thought it was a mismatch, because I definitely saw that comment where someone just said, I don't like these thumbnails. I like the old Alexa, you know, who was a bit more homely, and you were really in your mum sort of space and energy because you were ducking in and out from mumming and YouTubing back and forth during the day, all of that stuff. So I saw that you spoke quite clearly to that person, kindly, but you were clear about, hey, maybe this is the end of, you know, our journey together, you know, all of that sort of stuff. No shade on you. But what do you mean by that? Because I was quite curious. Like, I don't know, did you get spammers? Like, what did that look like, attracting, you know, a bit of a new crowd?
You know, I just noticed it in like my sales calls, because I've never really had sales calls where people come in and they're just like, I want to be famous and go viral. And so I started getting more and more people like that on my sales calls. And I was like, I just don't think we're a good fit, because I'm not like, I haven't gone viral, so why would you hire me to help you to go viral? You know, like I'm not even I was in my head, I'm like, have you watched my content? Because like, I don't mean to be rude. It's like my MO is like, be authentic, grow, like you don't need to be huge. You just need to find the right audience and help the right people, and your stuff will find the right people and all of that stuff. So I'm not like I want to be famous. I want to like be the wealthiest person in the world. I want to be the Mr. Beast or anything like that. So I was noticing I was getting more people like that into Sales Call that wanted to do 6-month mentorships with me. And it might not be the thumbnails because, you know, those thumbnails also, like, there's a lot of people in my community that really likes them. They're really cool. And I really like them too. I think they're really cool. I just know I would never click on them. I just wouldn't. But I really like making them, and I still really like making them. And I was like regretting that I said in that video, I'm never going to make them again, because now I'm like, I really like making them. But yeah, so yeah, I just noticed there was a shift, but it could also be that I'm just getting a little bigger. So then I'm like people are just like hopping on sales calls with me that wouldn't normally have done it before. So I don't know, but I did notice like a shift in the people I was attracting in those into my program. And so I was just assuming it was because I was doing more dramatic things. So I was attracting more dramatic people, but I don't really know. I don't have actual data on that. That was just my sense. But yeah, that's how I feel. And I do feel like if people were complaining about my thumbnails, because there were people that complained about them. They're like, we like the other ones better, just you, because you're authentic. You preach authenticity. And yes, I do preach authenticity. But like I said in that video I made the other day, the testing the thumbnails is also very me. I'm very experimental. I love testing everything. And that's what I do on my channel since day one, is like, test this. Does it work? No. Does this work? Yes. Oh, okay. I'll tell everyone that this works. And that didn't, for me. And maybe it works for you. I don't know. But, like that sort of stuff. So, but yeah, it was a funny, I want to utilize AI and all of that. I think it can help us do things maybe faster, or just give us extra help when we're involved.
Assistance
for sure. Yeah, but I've noticed a lot when I'm working with people, if they just rely on chat or Claude or Gemini to write a script for them, it doesn't grow your channel. I've seen it so many times now that I can just like almost guarantee that if you just have chat write your script, you will not succeed on YouTube.
No,
like it's so flat, it's so cookie cutter, it's so just talk to chat and you'll get your answer. So yeah.
Definitely. And I think actually what you said on your podcast is that's not to say that you're not going to do them again. Like, I think that you actually said, I just love it. Definitely you did. You definitely did. You literally just said, today, look, it's just, I'm pivoting from that. I'm not doing that at the moment, but I'm going to, that's actually on your heart. Like that's your, one of your styles that you love to play in. And push the boundaries and do all of that. And you've always been a boundary pusher. So you definitely said that. Yeah, I thought that was brilliant. I loved you, like, just pushing up against the grain of things and just saying some stuff, really great.
Yeah.
Alexa,
funny. Oh, go ahead. Okay.
No, go ahead. Go right ahead.
No, I was just going to say, I was on a call last night with one of my mentors about this actual feeling of like, feeling like my stuff is going more clickbaity, my stuff is too dramatic, all this stuff. And it's really interesting because we can get inside our own head, like being on YouTube and being in the YouTube growth niche, I'm looking at all of that stuff all the time, like the YouTube growth niche, and it's like seeping into my mind. And I was talking with my mentor, one of the ones from Think Media, and he pulled up my channel on the screen and showed it to me. And he's like, point out which videos you think are clickbait. And I was like, well, that one right there where I say the algorithms, I don't remember what it said, like the algorithm might fail you, or I don't remember what it said, it was a thumbnail. And he's like, well, that's not clickbait though. That's not lying. You're being honest. Like you could lose your channel, and it's important to have email so you don't lose your channel. I'm like, yeah, okay. But it's a little dramatic. And he's like, it's really not. And he was like trying to convince me, like, I think you're way up, like you're hard on yourself. And I think a lot of us do that. Like we are overcritical of ourselves. And so, welcome back. We're overcritical of ourselves. And then we might actually, like, our perspective might get a little warped because we're living in this realm of the digital world and social media. And anyway, it was really interesting to have him point that out to me and be like, could you please show me which ones you think are actually clickbait and like not lying.
You haven't delivered on. Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what clickbait is, right? You're not delivering on it.
Yeah, he's like, you didn't say this is a video about cats and then you're talking about dogs, are you? And I'm like, no, I guess not. So it's funny. It's interesting how we can almost get inside our own minds and be so hard on ourselves that it almost distorts our reality. So I thought that was just interesting. Anyway, I wanted to share. So just be careful that sometimes you might be too much in your head and you need to step back and look at your channel and see it for what it really is. Maybe that's in a good way or a bad way, but still just like take a step back and then come back and look at things.
I want to go back to when you were talking about experiment. I know, did you start your channel for a business purpose, or because you just wanted to let off steam, or because you just wanted to, talk about different things, or, did you intend to grow an audience? Because I know as we're going along in YouTube and we want to grow our channels, we start to look at it differently, and we have to have some kind of mindset shift at some point. And in that time frame, what would you say is the biggest shift that you made to grow your channel?
Yeah, when I came to YouTube, I saw Silver and Solo and was inspired by her, and she got monetized in 10 weeks. So I was like, I'm going to get monetized in 10 weeks, and then I'm going to be rich and I'm going to retire. I just thought, I had no idea. I thought AdSense was like, you make millions. I was really unaware. And so that was my plan. I was like, I'm just going to get monetized on YouTube, and I'm going to live off of the ads. Like that's the AdSense money. And then I got monetized. It was like $500. I'm like, okay, family of 5, not going to cut it. But I was laid off when I started my channel, and my goal was, it was to get monetized. And I was like, maybe I can make enough money on ads and I'll be fine. And I soon realized I couldn't. And at that point, I was like, okay, I'm going to make this a real thing. And I like, everything happened so fast that I didn't really have a chance to plan anything. Because when I came to YouTube, I didn't have anything to offer. I didn't have any lead magnets. I didn't have anything. I just was like, I lost my job after like 13 years. And I was like, now what? And I just came on YouTube. I was actually the reason I came on YouTube is I'd written a book on shamanic journeying, and I was going to come on YouTube and teach shamanic journeying, but not as a shaman, but as a woman in her 40s who lives in Finland, who just discovered it. And it like totally changed my life. It changed my life so much. I wrote a book on it, and I really wanted everyone else to experience this amazing world. And it's probably the same as when someone maybe finds religion that works for them, like finds Jesus or finds Buddha or whatever. Like it's such an intense moment when you find spirituality, when you haven't had it in your life. But anyway, so I originally was coming to YouTube for that, or self-development. I'm really into self-development. But once I was on there, I was just like, I think I'm just going to teach people what I'm learning, because I'm a teacher by nature. And I just was like, might as well share what I'm like, because I was doing the monetization journey. So I was like, I might as well share what I'm learning to grow my channel. And it just kind of fell in my lap that way. And I think it just hit at the right time on YouTube. To be honest, there was no plan in place, but I knew I didn't want to go back to working for someone else. So I knew I wanted to make a career with YouTube. I just didn't realize you couldn't do that with AdSense when I got on YouTube. I really thought like I could just make millions that way. If I'm honest.
We've got a lovely comment in the chat from Barb McGavin saying, I really love that book, Alexa, came at the right time for me.
Oh, wow, you read it. Oh, that's sweet. I think like 10 people have read it. So thank you,
So
Barb.
tell us where we can get that book. Do you have it on your website? I don't think you do you?
No, I don't. It's on Amazon, and I can't even order it because you have to order it from Amazon. I can't even order it in Finland because we don't have Amazon in Finland.
Okay, so what is the title of the book? And I'll put it in the chat.
What is it called? Journey Within. From chaos to, is it clarity, I think? This is how bad I am with things. I should show it to you, but it's...
grab it if you've got it, but no pressure if it's not handy.
It is here somewhere.
Yeah.
I have to unplug 1 second.
Yeah, that's okay.
All right. Cool. So TJ in the chat says, AdSense is so unreliable. I also got laid off, but it's a blessing in disguise. Thank you, TJ. AdSense, we love YouTube. Thank you for giving us a platform in order to communicate our purpose and our message and to connect. But the AdSense is so up and down like a roller coaster.
That's what I keep.
There we go.
Journey
Within.
I love that cover.
That cover is very pretty.
Wow.
Wow. When did you write that? Oh.
So yeah, Journey Within, from chaos to clarity. It's all about, the first half of the book is like talking about journeys, and then the second half is teaching you how to do it. So
When did you write that, Alexa?
I wrote that when I got laid off. I was like, I don't really know what to do now. And I was in such a, the funny thing is, people say you manifest things. I'm not so much of a manifester, but I had been wanting to quit that job for about 5 years probably. And I just didn't, because it was great money. It was like San Francisco pay in Finland. And so and it was easy. I could do it like the back of my hand, and I had little kids, and it was just such a perfect job for me. And yeah, so anyway, I lost that job, and because of some new policy or something, but I don't really know what actually happened, but, but anyway, let's move on from that. I think that's just because I'm getting into my 40s, but anyway, so when I lost my job, I was like, I've always wanted to write a book since I've been like 18. I've always wanted to write a book, and I didn't know what I wanted to write a book on. And I was doing a lot of shamanic journeying. And then finally this idea came to me to write this book, or spirit guides told me to write the book. And so I wrote it, and yeah, it was amazing experience, like to just finally do it. And I had it written by my 45th birthday. So it got laid off in January, and April was my birthday. So I wrote it in 4 months. It like was birthed out of me so fast. And it was really awesome. And in the meantime, actually, to give you some background, in the meantime of like figuring out what I wanted to do, I was doing print on demand with Etsy. I was testing that out. What else did I test? I tested like making shirts. Oh, I tested I was going to get a job as like a teacher again, but like I did all these things, and I was like, you know what? I really just want to go to YouTube. So I wrote a book. I was going to like promote the book. Then I went to Etsy. Then I went to like print on demand. Then I started doing designs again. I was just like all over the place. And then finally I just went to YouTube.
Yep. Peter Urbanowski is saying April the 9th, 2024, the book was released. He's the man that's going to look things up fast.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thanks. Oh, 9's my lucky number. So I like that. That's good. I didn't realize that.
Funny.
Yeah.
So you stuck with YouTube because that was what brought you joy.
Yeah. And I tried to do, YouTube brought me so much joy, by the way. I tried to do YouTube like 6 years ago or something like that, when I was pregnant with my second child. But anyway, and I have 3, but one is I didn't have to make it myself. But what was I about to say? What did you just say? There was something I wanted to say.
YouTube brought you joy.
Yes. Oh, yes. So, okay. So I lost my job, but I was at the point where I was sick of that job. Like I love teaching. But it just had become so repetitive. Been teaching the same classes for over like 8 years, whatever. And as a mom, I was just so worn out, 3 kids, like living in Finland. I kind of live in a bubble because I don't speak the language. It's just my own fault, of course. But I don't work in Finland. So I just really don't associate with so much in Finland with people. And so I was really in this like little bubble of just always being at home with kids and working online with Americans. And I never like met people and I didn't do much adult speaking either, because it was either like architecture talk with my students and being like teacher to student, or it was like mother to child. And so when I came on YouTube, it was like, I got to be me, and like, I got to like remember who I was again, because when you become a mother, you kind of lose yourself in that, when the children are in what they call the rush years in Finland. When your children are young, you just kind of are just rushing and doing and making and cleaning and, like everything you need to do as a mom, and then also working all the time. And like, there's no breathing room, and there's no like, who am I anymore? It's just like, I am an architect, I am a mother, I am a wife, I am everything but me. And so when I came to YouTube and I started posting videos, it was just such a release of creativity, that even though I was in a design field, which should be creative, I was no longer creative. And so it was just so amazing. And as an introvert, I love YouTube because it allows me to see my energetic side. Like Reva, you were saying right before we got on this call, like you're an introvert, or maybe you said it when we got on the call, but it's so nice to like be able to express yourself in a big way when you're an introvert to the camera, because it's really hard to express myself in a big way to a crowded room. I just don't do it. I'm like the person in the corner, like quiet. I'm not the like entertainer of the space. So it's a nice way to be an extrovert and an introvert. But anyway, I loved all the comments I got. The people were so amazing. And I was so surprised. I'm talking a lot, so please interrupt. I was so surprised by how kind everyone was, and how it just reminded me that humanity is good. And everyone was just, the comments were so positive. They were so encouraging. And it made me fall in love with my audience. And then seeing them, it just made me want to like tell them to get on YouTube, because it's such an amazing feeling. It's like when I did Shamanic Journey, it was such an amazing feeling. I wanted to write a book to share, like, you guys have to do this. And like YouTube, I'm like, you have to do this. And I really feel that way. Granted, there's times like where I made that video this week where you start to burn out because you start to lose that fun part of it. But then to come back to it and like have calls like this where I see beautiful people and trying to do beautiful things, it just reminds you that this can be so fun. And it also reminds you that people are good and there are good hearts out there when the whole world is trying to tell us the opposite. So I totally rambled there, but yeah. Sorry.
I understand.
No, you made
I call myself an
I'm like trying to stop myself from crying over here.
Oh.
Because yeah, definitely when you're in a space like this, and sometimes you're doing research for your content and you find yourself going down these rabbit holes of information without revelation. It's a bunch of information coming at you without any revelation, especially from a place of love. You just have all these things coming at you that is so negative, and you're trying to put out the creative things in the world. And it gets really, really hard to operate in your purpose and passion from a place of positivity when the world seems to be chaotic. Yeah. So your book that's on the screen, From Chaos to Clarity,
thank
from
you.
us being able to do this thing on my birthday, which I know is divine. If anyone understands the word divine assignment and how God works, no matter how you define who or what your God is, and there are people who are out there who don't believe in God, and we will pray for you and we will beat drums for you, because we know that and we understand that we did not come here by ourselves, the Big Bang or whatever it is or whatever they believe. No, we understand that we were brought here for connection, community, and for purpose. At least that's what I believe. And I think this being here in this space on this special day, talk to a special person that I did videos about. I did a couple videos. You did cameos in my videos. I put you up. I said your things. And because I really believed in your journey, I mean, like, for that to be able to be realized today on my channel and to be able to share the space with other content creators who you are encouraging by being obedient, Alexa. Turning your pain into purpose, meaning you were in a tight space, you were trying to do different things and testing things out, from t-shirts to you wrote a book of purpose about chaos to clarity, and you did, the Etsy thing, and to land here where you are today, helping thousands of people around the world and being an inspiration to people like us. I just want to say thank you. I just want to say thank you for being obedient. And sometimes when you think, especially during burnout, where your work doesn't matter that much, or maybe I need to do something totally different, or who cares if I quit, like when you really just want to walk away. Well, people do care. And I'm telling you, we do care. We do care. Yeah. So thank you for taking your time because you could be asleep right now, right? Because you're feeling.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. But I have to say back to you, thank you, because like I'm here because of you all, like you might be thanking me, but the community, the people in YouTube have given me so much back. It's that's what's so beautiful about it. It goes both ways. Anyway, sorry to interrupt, but it's amazing. So thank you all too. Sure.
Yeah. So listen, so let me tell you how this connection came about. So I just had enough courage and enough tenacity, and I got in her DMs. So it was a post that you put up on school, like challenging us to come up, like, what's our big idea for September, right? Like, what are you doing in September, people? That's me doing you. You were. So you were like, put your goals. Put your things that you're working on. What would you like? This is Alexa, though. No, this is Alexa. Put your things that you're working on, and how can you be inspired? Just let us know what's going on. What are you working on in September? What are you believing for too? And my first line was, I want to grow to 50,000, and I also want to have you. I want to do a live with you. Like, I didn't care. I was bold in your face. I was like, and I am manifesting that I'm going to go live with you.
Check.
Yeah, Reva took that as a personal invitation to be like, oh, right, it's a sign. Dear Alexa.
And it worked.
It was meant to be.
Yeah.
You and me, some friends, everyone else.
Yeah.
Now, how long did
So,
it take you to manifest that?
She did it in like a day, probably.
Well, okay, wait, no. Talk about it, and then I'll tell you. Just wait one.
Because
and it was kind of
24 hours.
Yeah, it was inspired by our last big guest, Trey Mo. So we've had some big ones on, some big guys on here, guys. No girls in the space. You're the first one, and I'm glad to grace my channel with your big presence. So Trey Mo said, well, he put the name on the whiteboard. So I know how to manifest. I believe in my higher self and my connection with God to be able to call something that be not as though it were, right? Like, that's manifesting, like believing until you see it. If you say it, you can see it. And as soon as I wrote your name on my board, and then you came out with that post, which happened to be, it was either the same day or the next day. And then the next day you emailed me back. So I'm going to show you, but talk about it.
That's amazing. Wow.
Yeah, I don't have anything to say, but yeah, she wrote me and I wrote back and I said, sure. Oh, but I did have to ask, I did have to get approval from the Viking because it was a Friday night and I don't usually work Friday nights.
I was like, the Viking.
Wow.
So yeah, this is my board, and Alexa's name is on my board right there. And although I have the little circle because I didn't check mark it, it's been there for my September. This was September. This is all the stuff that I'm like, oh yeah, this is what September is supposed to be looking like. And I wrote her name over here, and then I sent the message.
Yeah.
I want a whiteboard. After I saw your whiteboard on your videos, Reva, I've been thinking I want a whiteboard. Have you guys got a whiteboard? Miriam, Alexa, do you guys
No, I
use a
went to
whiteboard?
look for one yesterday and couldn't find one. Like, what store around here has? I'm still getting familiar with the area, but yeah, I got to find one.
I have one
So
on my
I've
front
been
door.
known for my whiteboard. So that's how I went viral. So you talk about Alexa. That's a good segue there, Karen. So I went viral, I think, because of the whiteboard and because I'm kind of daring and in your face and a little bit funny, satirical, weird kind of funny. Although, yeah, I am introverted, but my gifts are extroverted. So when I sometimes turn on the camera, it just comes out. Or I've said this before, a lot of you guys don't know. Look, I love Jesus, but I cuss a little bit. I love Jesus. But so I say that to say I am an ordained evangelist. It's like, that's my gifting, is to spread the word, to spread the gospel. But you know what? Repentance, like, I'm a real person and Jesus is fine with that. Okay. And so my nature, my gifting, my call to teach, I have a call to teach. And I think that's why people, what resonates, but the humor and the kind of boldness and just the realness.
Sassiness.
Oh, am I sassy? Am I sassy?
You're sassy, girl.
Yeah, I would say you're sassy.
You're sassy. You got the Sasha
that
Fierce thing going.
Yeah.
In the chat, tell us, does Reva have the Sasha Fierce thing going?
Oh yeah, tell me. Okay, so Karen, you are bringing it all out right now. So here's my YouTube story. I always have like a wand or a sword or look something. So my YouTube story is this, Reva. I have a whiteboard, my son. So everybody has a whiteboard. You got to get up on it there.
Yeah.
You got to get up on. Yeah, you don't have a whiteboard. You're not winning.
What? Right, hang on. What whiteboard tips can people give us? Because I've tried a cheap one before and it just wouldn't like rub off very well.
Race
So do you have to invest more? Do you have to drop more bucks? I don't know.
No, I don't. But they sell this spray for a whiteboard. But see, so that video that went viral. I was so sick of people, and Alexa can say it, like saying, you're just gonna like push all these buttons and do these settings and you're gonna blow up on YouTube. Like it's just as simple as turning on the one home tab setting or whatever.
Just add water. Just add water.
The For You button. Turn the For You button on and you're gonna go viral.
Yeah.
Or just post. Well, for me, just learning, you're telling me just post. What am I going to post? Like, I don't even really know how to post. And if I push all those buttons you tell me I'm going to go viral, well, that didn't really work. But there was some things that you needed to do. I tested before when I first started following Alexa, and then Silver and Solo. So I follow Silver and Solo to understand, like YouTube over 40, finding your authentic voice, just being yourself, getting on here, no matter how old you were or what you look like. That's what I learned from Silver and Solo. And what I learned from Alexa is to be able to take your natural gifts. Like, okay, my natural gift is tracking, testing, systems, teaching. That's what I do. That's what I love to do. I made an AI. Okay. I made a bot for content creation. I love doing stuff like that. So just taking the things that you're naturally good at and using them for YouTube. For me, that's what I ended up doing. So I tested everything. And then I tracked it to see if it worked. So then the Just Post It movement came in our community. It was like, just post it. And I was like, you could post till the cows come home. That doesn't mean you're going to go viral. And that doesn't mean you're going to you're not going to, if you're posting, what are you talking about? Like, I'm not going to be on YouTube just posting stuff just for the sake of it has to matter. The meaning has to be there. So I got a little bit pissed off and I turned the camera on and I took out my whiteboard. Because I'm like, people can post like all day long, but if they don't know like how to upload the video or, maybe what to put on the title line or make a playlist, like the practical things, teach me practicality so that my message can reach whoever it was supposed to reach, hopefully. So I got my whiteboard and was like, www.studio.youtube.com. That's what you need to do. And guess what? Make a playlist. And guess what? Make sure your titles are good. And I think because I said, if it's backwards, I don't care.
That's it. Yeah.
I'm your proud auntie. I care about you.
You had me at that line. You're like, is this backwards? If it's backwards, I don't care. I'm not re-recording this. Like pretty much when you carry on, I'm just like, okay, I'm in. Hit that subscribe button.
Hit it while you look. Hit the subscribe button.
Yeah. Everyone blasted this. You probably see a big peak and a good retention after that point.
Okay, I probably should go look at that. But I didn't care because it was just hard enough for me to make the video in the first place. So like yet alone reshooting because the thing is backwards and I'm trying to figure out how to make a video with my cell phone. Come on now. And I'm over 40. I'm well over 40. So my patience is gone. My practicality is not there. I'm learning CapCut. I'm learning all the things. So how can I help others that are in my same situation with just trying to get their message out there, trying to be creative, trying to be on purpose? Because I started my channel because of a mandate. It was a God mandate. At the end of the year of every year, I do a vision board for the upcoming year. And I usually kind of start that in December. And God had me go in this direction because I kind of made the statement. And then I said, God, I can do a lot of things. You have shown me that you can do a lot through me. I don't want to do what I want to do in this season. I want to do what you want me to do in this season. So show me what that looks like. And although he didn't give me the 1, 2, 3, 4 blueprint, it was more like crossing over the Jordan when you put your foot out first, the 1 foot, then he'll show you and open the way. That's how YouTube came for me. And then that video happened. Well, that video happened on the back of 2 other videos where I was much like myself right now. And I was in the car saying, nobody cares about your long intros.
Yeah.
Like with the long music, with the things like, I need the information. And I think what happened for me was I saw a gap in the market. A lot of people were doing videos and they had the long intros and you're waiting for the information. And I made a video about that. Like, just cut to the chase, give us our points. And you'll hear bigger YouTubers be more eloquent in speech. And I mean, I'm a little bit like that now as far as giving the tips about, just get to the intro within the first 3 to 5 seconds now. But yeah, that's how I ended up being here and being able to be on the same screen with you today. So yeah, so thank you for allowing me to rant right now. So a lot of people say, let's see what people say while you guys are we're gonna talk about something else. What do people say
should
about
we go
me?
to Rebel Sabrina?
Terminator. It's all Reva's fault. Yeah. Yes.
Okay, Rebel.
Yeah, let them roast me. Roast me.
Ladies, a question for you. Would you watch videos if the person talking has an accent? I'm asking because I see you all talk perfect English.
My biggest mentor doesn't speak English very well.
Wait. We talk perfect English, and in my head, imposter syndrome. I just said I speak a lot of Ebonics. Like, I was like, I probably should speak better, and that's So I feel guilty, but Alexa brought out the fact that, like, okay, when you first start, you start scrappy, and then you get good, and then you feel like you're losing yourself a little bit, and then. Like I watched on your video where you were saying like you started to feel as if you were becoming someone else as you learned more things. You felt like you needed to be like that. And then you felt bad because you feel like you forgot yourself. And that is what I'm talking about, was that, yes, the more you learn, you want to teach, but in a way that it can resonate, but don't lose yourself in trying to become something maybe you were never meant to be, but you were meant to be better.
Okay.
Yeah.
Never let yourself forget how the people found you. That's for me, they found me being like this. And sometimes when I make videos, especially editing them and wanting things to look a certain way, sometimes I end up feeling like, hey, am I still here in this content? Do you feel like that, Alexa? Sometimes like,
yeah. Yeah, I feel like ever since I got an editor, I feel like the game changed for me, because like when you have an editor doing it, he chooses which versions of what you said, if you repeat yourself a few times in a video, which one he thinks looks best. Or like when I first got the editor, he was leaving in all the ums and ahs, and I was like, I don't like all those ums and ahs, because I say like every third word. But like, yeah, and I don't know, it could change the energy, but here's the thing. It's like, I have highly edited videos that could get 5,000 views, but I also posted that video yesterday or the day before, absolutely no editing. I just cut out a few things, and it's just one straight shot of me talking to the camera. So it's like, I would rather, to be honest, just show up with all of those videos, the talking straight to the camera, not doing editing at all. But I do know when you're teaching, it's helpful to show sentences, so someone could pause the screen and write something down. So it's like, so it is very valuable to have an editor. I'm not sure if I'm answering your question. I think I might have gotten sidetracked, but losing yourself, is that what you were asking me? Sorry.
Yes. Losing yourself when you're perfecting your craft and perfecting your gift and communicating that, but at the same time, and you're growing. How do you maintain the reason why the people found you in the first place?
Yes, that is tough, because to be honest, I remember when I hit like 20,000 subscribers, and I was like, oh my gosh, 20,000 people are looking at me. I need to be professional now. I need to do this professionally. And so I was like, so I didn't get an editor, I think, until 30,000 subscribers, but I was like, okay, I need to really learn this. So then like I went and like tried to learn YouTube even more, but I already was successful. Like it was already working. So why did I need to go learn more? You know? And like, so then I start watching all these hacks and tricks and tips. And I'm like, I really don't like these hacks or any of this stuff. And most of those hacks are just like steal this person's content and post it and react to it. And it's like, yeah, that doesn't work for my channel. But like, you know, like still it like, when I got to a certain point, I was like, oh shoot, people are seeing me now. I really need to get my stuff together. But it's like not having my stuff together, being scrappy got me to this
That's
point.
why we found you.
Yeah, exactly. And so that's why it's always nice to just do that. But it's like, you also always hear in your head, okay, this got you this far. Now you need to do this to get you this far. Right. Like, I feel like you have to level up too. Like, so there's like, you do need to level up, but it's also like, don't break what's not broken, or don't fix what's not broken. So yeah, it's a really, it's like you get pulled in a lot of directions. So I think to just maintain who you are is to just like notice when you feel like you're being tugged in all these directions, or when you're watching something you wouldn't normally watch. Like the only time I ever watch YouTube is to watch my clients' like videos. I don't spend much time on YouTube. I watch Sean Cannell's. That's because I follow one person, learn all my stuff from him. He's served me well, so I keep watching him. I'm in his community, you know, like, and that's all I do. But sometimes if I get distracted and I'm thinking like, oh, I've had like 8 out of 10 videos for like the past 3 videos, I must be doing something wrong. Like everything's falling apart. And then I go and do research, and then that's when I get all twisted up. Like, and it's like, no, just maybe you're getting 8 out of 10s because you've gotten too far away from who you are. Like maybe you need to look at yourself. And that's usually what the problem is. It's usually like, I need to reflect. I need to look in the mirror. I need to ask myself, what am I doing? Why am I doing it? Remember my audience, remember what they need, remember why I'm here. Just need to kick yourself in the butt sometimes, I think. Yeah.
All right. So talk to us about those little gray arrows and 8 out of 10. I hate that.
Yeah, me too. But I also know, like, if I post like an evergreen video, it's like email list. A lot of people really wanted me to do the email list deep dive. I posted that was 10 out of 10. It was like and it's not getting many views, but it's so valuable. Like if you want to learn how to do email, like if you want to learn like how to set up your email, how to so I know it's valuable. So I don't let that tell me or dictate whether my video has worth, because it's comparing it to video I posted that went more viral for me, and you can't compare the two, because a video that's like broad topic, more people can like it, more people can watch it, because it's just the matter of the topic that you're talking about has more broad appeal. It's going to have more clicks. It's going to go more viral. Whereas something as niche down as how to set up your email for your business, it's not going to do as well. Excuse me. So that, like, just remind yourself when you get the lower numbers, it's not necessarily a number of like your video is bad by any means. It's just what type of video is it, and what is the purpose that it's serving? Like that serves my audience very well, more than something that's like do this or your channel will blow up and it goes viral, so it's like, excuse me. Yeah. So yeah, for those, I always try to ignore the numbers, to be honest. I really do. Unless it's like, unless I say I try to post a viral video and then it's like 10 out of 10, then I know something's wrong. And it's usually I'm not being authentic. I'm not being aligned with who I am. And I'm trying to do something that's not me. It always just shows my face. Like it always shows it to me in my face that way. But then there's some videos where I'm like, I shouldn't post this video. I don't think this is going to help anyone. And it goes crazy. So you also never know, because you're not the judge of your video. Your audience is the judge of your video. So like, if you are being critical of yourself and like this video is like, it's not going to be valuable at all. And then you put it out there and people love it. You're like, oh, wait, that is valuable to them. Oh, I didn't realize that was valuable to them. I have lots of ideas around that content. So then you do more of it, so yeah, you never know what's going to, well, you can somewhat know what's going to be a 10 out of 10 usually, but like, I wasn't expecting the email to be 10 out of 10, to be honest. I thought it'd be like 8 out of 10, but yeah, it doesn't bother me. It's like, I know it's serving a purpose and it will help people. So on to the next. I'm always like, on to the next, whatever, on to the next.
You know what? I think those deep dives, the masterclass, like we've had some comments, people are just saying they loved your email one. And I was watching it. I was totally binging and catching up on some of your videos, like just over a recent period of time. And you were just saying, look, save this, because there's real like protein. I'm not going to say meat, respect for our vegans and vegetarians, but there's real protein, real food, sustaining food there, like as you say, some things are the 5 to 10 minute, and a lot of people attention span, all of that, they maybe want a bit of a quick hit, some quick tips or something like that, but that is just solid. I can totally see, as you say, that you've taken days to come up with that, because I was walking listening to that, and you were going through all the different platforms and like saying, hey, if you can, plan for a couple of years down the track where you'll be, because okay, you can move from the smaller, cheap, free one, bit of a hassle, all of that. But I love those masterclasses. And I think that kind of that long, real teaching, and it's free. People can get that for free, I think that's amazing. I think it's an amazing pivot that you've done as well. But you know what else? I really think that people love to tune into you, like I find it very comforting to just, like I would, like to hear you second guessing some of your videos and thinking, oh, is that going to be useful to anyone? I literally think that you've got to the stage, and I think your subscriber numbers and your views do show that, where people just love to tune into you and hear what you're teaching us about, you're sharing with us and all of that. I really do.
Oh, well, thank you.
Yeah. But I did want to ask, I did hear you say videos where I pour my heart out don't get tons of views, but they do get a lot of subscribers. Because at first you said, don't get tons of views, don't get tons of subscribers. And then you said, actually, they get tons of views. No, they don't get tons of views, but they do get a lot. So tell us about that, the subscribers, but not the views and things.
Yeah, it's usually like, I don't know why, but I guess, they don't, because they're not sensational. They're not like, well, this one, I put more of a sensational title on it. I was going to put, I quit, but I was like, that feels too much like a lie, because I'm not quitting, but I'm quitting like doing something I'm not, like being someone I'm not. So that's why I think I said I put I'm done instead, because like that's exactly the thing. Like whatever, that's a different topic. But now I lost my thought. Sorry. What was the question again?
So you were just saying just about sort of when you talk from the heart, you get subs, you get subs, not so many views.
Yeah, sorry, I'm blushing because
it's all good.
My brain just goes mush at this time of day.
You're doing such a good job.
Thanks. Yeah, you get the subscribers with those because you show your heart. And I think that's when people hit that button, because they're like, oh, this is good. This is touching my heart. I can relate to this. This person sees me, they hear me. That's when they subscribe. I don't get a lot of views because a lot of people don't necessarily like. It's your tribe. You're finding your tribe with those videos, and not everyone is going to be in your tribe. And with those videos, that's why it can't go to everyone, because not everyone can hear what you have to say. Like people are meant to hear things from certain people, like it's just like music. Some songs speak to us, some don't. And the people that really like a certain musician, like love that musician and don't like this musician. So I think it's the same thing with those videos. It's like you're pouring your heart out. It's your music, and only certain people can hear it or relate to it. And that's why I feel like they don't go viral, because it's for a certain person. And that I believe it will find that person that it's meant to find, even if that's woo-woo or whatever. I do believe that the videos will find the person they're supposed to find. And also, as I mentioned in that video, those videos where you pour your heart out, you just get so much beautiful comments. Like people open up their heart to you because you opened up your heart. You showed your vulnerable side, so they feel comfortable to show their vulnerable side. And I think people really want to be vulnerable. They really want to be seen. They really want to feel like someone cares, because we go through life and it's just so rush. And it's like, it almost feels like no one cares about anyone anymore, but they do. And when you care, then they care back. And I don't know, it creates this like beautiful loop of love. I am a hippie at heart.
And Jennifer from Introvert in Alaska just said Alexa is humble. That's why I enjoy her content. And you've got lots of really lovely comments like that.
You do, a lot.
Yeah.
Yes.
Alexa, I know you have so many ideas, and I get a lot of great advice from Reva, and when we're talking about growing our channel, and I know you have to put certain things in place as you grow. You guys, your channels are really blowing up and stuff, and one thing, like I always say to Reva, like, oh my gosh, like I'm done, like I'm gonna quit. because this is just becoming so much and my mind is going this way and that way. And I have all these things that I want to do. I don't know what to do first, what's most important. And Reva's like, well, the first thing you got to do is batch. Like she's always big on batch create. Like what kind of system as you grow do you put in place to handle all the creative things you want to do? And as you're growing, what system do you use?
Yeah, well, like most people know, I'm very scrappy, so I don't have so many systems, but I'm trying to get better at systems. And batching is the one thing I do. I write, like I'll just spend one day now or 2 days, some scripts I spend many days on, so that's a different story. But I spend a lot of days just writing the scripts, and then I sit down and I film all those scripts. So it's like, I did a video about batching the other day, and I actually follow that now. I take the time to really if I do any research, I do the research. I don't tend to do so much research for some of my videos that are more like inspirational, heart-centered, but how to make an email list, then I'll like research things. So the more tactical ones might have more research. So anyway, research and then write all the scripts in one day and just be in that zone. I find it so much nicer to just be in the zone of writing and then be in the zone of filming, because I don't do my hair or anything. So like when I film, I straighten it and that's all I do. And I get on the film and then I like, I film as many as I can until my camera gets too hot or the room gets too hot or whatever. And then I take a break and then I film more. And that is what happens always to me. Like I film for like 3 hours and my camera overheats, and then I get a lunch break and then I come back and I film another 3 hours and then I'm done for 2 weeks or 3 weeks, or it depends on how many videos I'm releasing at that time. But yeah. So that's what I do. And I love batching. And so Reva, I'm glad you're a batcher too. It was hard for me to get on board with that for a long time because my life is just chaotic with kids. It's just, but I had to you have to just force yourself sometimes, like treat this like a business. Today is scripting day. Today is batching day. You really just have to bite the bullet sometimes. And even though I'm not a systems person, that is one system I have in place that has just been invaluable for keeping me sane, to be honest.
So when you say you write your scripts, do you use an outline or do you write your full script? I know a lot of people do write word for word what they're going to say. How do you do yours?
Yeah, I just started using a teleprompter about 2 months ago. So there are some videos where I'm like, but now I've gotten used to it and I love it. So I write out everything and I write it. You know what I mean? Like I don't have ChatGPT write it. I'll brainstorm with ChatGPT and I'll be like, these are the stories I want to tell. This is the blah, blah, blah. Can you give me like a flow? And it'll give me a flow. And then I take each paragraph and then I work back and forth from Google Docs and chat. And I look at the paragraph, I write it from my perspective, put it back into chat. And I'll be like, can you just fix the grammar? So I'm not like double saying things or anything like that. And then back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And that's why it takes me so long, I think, because I do go back and forth, but I really want it to be like my essence of the way I speak and who I am. But yeah, that's how I write. And I do read word for word. Of course, if I'm reading the script, I use a teleprompter app that stops when you stop speaking or when you stop reading it. So it's like going as you say the words. So then I can also riff. So I can also like add on to what I'm thinking in that moment and then pick back up on the script wherever it is. So I do like that ability. It's so much nicer than having like a teleprompter that moves, because that's just too stressful. That's like, so,
and it's a bit of a tell too, isn't it? It just feels too like, and then people can just get a bit hypnotized and then they start thinking, are you using a teleprompter, and get distracted from the message potentially.
Yeah. And it's a whole nother skill too. Like, and that's the thing, every time you try to do something different, like when I first got my camera and instead of using my laptop, it was like a whole nother week of learning how to use a camera. And then you got the teleprompter and it's like a whole week of like, or maybe even more, trying to become a teleprompter talker, like without sounding like a robot. So there's always like, every time you add on a new skill or add on lighting, or it's like I painted this wall blue, and now I have, like, you'll notice on my channel, there's like 3 videos where I look like I'm underwater because I left, or it's blown out, because I didn't know I needed to adjust the camera settings. And of course I did, but I just didn't even like notice. And so it's like every little tweak could be so much extra work, but it's like, you just got to push through. You're like, I can figure this out. You can figure out everything. Everything is figure outable, as Marie Forleo says. I don't know if she was the one to term that phrase or not, but everything is figure outable. So just have to remember that baby steps for sure.
Yeah, that's right. We cannot be like little skittles being knocked around, right? By the wind is blowing this direction and that direction. You literally just have to. Yeah, I like that.
That's true.
No.
Now I know
Karen
there's a
called
big.
me out. She was like, I'm sorry, Karen was like, Reba doesn't know on her videos that she has the mirror on, and I'm trying to read the thing in the back. It
That's the
says
thing I wanted to
everything is
read.
zero
That's the
out.
thing I was trying to read.
It's what
Yeah.
Alexa said.
Perfect. I need to get me one of those.
Now, how
Alexa,
often are
what?
you doing shorts?
Sorry?
How often are you doing shorts?
Shorts. Oh, yeah, that's a systems problem for me. Because I get in my phases of like, I'm going to do shorts like 3 a week. Like when I was doing 3 videos a week, I was like, I'm going to do shorts 4 a week. So I have something posting every day, and I'll get in my system and I'll do it for like a month or two. And then I'll get out of that system and I'll forget. And then, so like shorts for me, you'll notice on my channel, they come and they go, they come and they go, but they're always, I would say 99.9% of the time, because I have done some where I actually film them not from a video, but most of them are like cut out from videos, like using Video AI, which is now Kuzo, or like other, what is some of the other ones? I can't think of them now, but I use Kuzo a lot. The ones that cut shorts from your long form for you. So I just do that. I don't, to be honest, if you have the time and you have the bandwidth, I would do shorts yourself. Like just take 30 seconds, talk to the camera. I think that's much better. And but you know, if you don't have the bandwidth, like I don't have the bandwidth, so I don't do it. But so yeah.
I agree. Shorts, we were talking. So shorts is a topic for, it's like a moot point for a lot of gurus that'll say, like, I mean, because I noticed I had a system where I would repurpose shorts. That was before. That was like the classic way to do it. But I did find some traction when I used to do shorts as a preview to the long form video, and then another short as a wrap up. But I would space them out. But I test everything and it was working. But I think because of the algorithm, everything changes. And so it was working. I would use the shorts as a bookend to the main content. And just the saucy bits, the spicy, the sassy bits, right? As the bookends. So the first one would be like the climax of the video, or the funny bit, the one that the part that's in your face, that will come out like 48 hours or so before the long form video. Because for me and my channel, when I post too close together, like shorts, short to a short or a short to a long form, something is not going to get some views. Something is going to get like very minimal views. So I'd rather my shorts don't get the views than the long form. So I would just space it out. And I did that for about a month, because I usually try to test everything for you know, like a month, and multiple videos. So even like the email topic, right? Like that you did, what I found that, you know, I'm no expert like you are. We're just some folks trying to figure out YouTube, right? What I would do for any videos is like, come back and revisit the email video as a series. Because for like in work, you do everything like one time, you do it to test, research, test, design. You're going to test it, research, test, design, and then go back and evaluate. So then you do it like 3 times, and then that's good. That's your master class, like for email. Go back and do a master class on it, but you actually did the master class, but go back and do a wrap up or a test, or how, you know, wrap up video. How did that work out for you, Reba? Did you try the email? Did you try your email lists based off of your input, and how did it go? Because everybody's niche is different. My email responses may be different from Miriam's. It may be different. Well, Karen and I, we're all in the same niche, but try it out and test it. You just can't do one video and think that's it. Just because it didn't hit for that, like you said, that one person, doesn't mean it's not going to hit for 15 others next month.
Yeah.
So I just feel like you can revisit some things that you think that may not have worked before, because it may not be in the season for that video, though. Not Alexis, but someone's thinking about doing a video. They did a video, they felt like it flopped. Go back and do it in a different format. Do it different. Do it outside. If you're at your desk and you were kind of stuffy and maybe you were off that day as far as your energy, go outside, do a walk and talk like Alexa does. For me, I went outside, I'll do stuff in a different part of my house, or I'll do like a video at the gym when I'm working out and I'm just sassy at the gym. That one kind of blowed up too. So, or do a car video. I had a lot of jokes in the beginning of my journey, like we're all going to get in the car and do car videos because those things seem to be blowing up.
Right.
YouTube likes trends. It seems like trends, but the trends do end. And sometimes we got to know when to go.
Yeah.
Okay, we've got 2 questions in the chat. One is, what teleprompter app do you use, Alexa?
Testing me, huh? Let me
I
look.
literally was thinking that myself. And then Naxero came in and asked.
Yeah, I was using Prompt, excuse me, Prompt Smart Pro, but now I'm using what is it called? Teleprompter. Excuse me, it's not showing. Teleprompter. How do you see the full?
Do you film on your phone or a camera?
I use the Sony ZV-E10 camera. Yeah. I think it's called teleprompter or something, but one is Prompt Smart Pro.
Prompt Smart Pro.
I need some water.
Okay.
Get
and
yourself
then
a drink, girl.
Yeah,
Cheers.
I might have to.
Cheers. This is Diet Coke, people.
and then we've got
it's my birthday.
It's your birthday. Go crazy.
Yeah.
And Erin
I'm not
McLaughlin.
drinking wine.
No. Erin McLaughlin is saying, if algorithms decide what audiences see and audiences shape algorithms by watching, who is really in control? The platform, the creator, or no one at all?
Ooh.
So if algorithms decide what the audiences see and audiences shape algorithms by watching, who's really in control? The platform or the creator?
I would always say the viewer.
Do you want that one, Alexa?
Oh, God, I need to go get a drink. But
oh yeah, it's a good time to go get a drink. Huh?
Yeah, exactly. No, I just think the viewers are in control. To be honest, I mean, of course, it's like they have to see it on the platform to be able to click on it. But I think by what they've watched in the past controls what they're shown. So in a way, it's the platform and the viewer is more in control than I would say the content creator themselves. In my opinion.
Yeah. And I heard Sean Cannell say viewing overrides subscription. So he says to people, if you love to watch some cat videos and you love to watch gardening videos, but actually your niche is cooking and you only want cooking to be coming through, actually, we've all seen it, right?
Yeah.
That's so true. You're going to get shown what you're watching. And if you like Alexa, if you like me, watch us and you'll get more of us. So Alexa, let me ask you that very interesting question here. You're coming up on 52,000, because 51,000, 52,000. How many of your regular viewers, what percentage could you say, or number, like it doesn't have to be, it could be an estimate of your returning subscribers actually watch yours? Like my number is about 300. I got 30,000, but I got 300 probably faithful that come back. And I don't know if it's because of what he just explained, like the algorithm and the audience and what they're getting shown. What is your average? I looked this up and it was like, not yours, but others. The average is about 1.5% or 2% of your subscribers will watch all of your videos.
I have no idea. I'm never looking at my analytics anymore. I'm looking at everyone else's.
Okay.
No, but it's true. I'm always working on other people's channels. I don't even look at mine much anymore, to be honest.
Oh,
I can look it up for you if you want, but
don't do that. If it's not, bro, don't try to fix it.
Yeah, that's right. I don't want to go too deep into this.
No.
But yeah, I don't really look at that so much. The analytics on my own page. It's awful to say. Maybe I shouldn't say that out loud.
I kind of peruse your the numbers side of it. I watch the content, but then I'll look at numbers because I'm trying to see what season YouTube is in, and like views for a lot of the clients and me, it just started going up again. So usually at the beginning of the month and towards like middle, because I have to kind of look at the analytics and the people's content to see what's going on. Is it their content or the algorithm? Is it the season? Because this summer a lot of people were outside. They weren't watching long form videos. They were watching
Yeah.
shorts, they were watching TikToks and things like that. So I kind of had to make sure, like, is it just the person's content? If it's the content was good, it was good. So what's going on with the numbers? What's going on with other people's numbers? And is it them? So I had to look at it macro and micro. And I found that the views, it just started picking up again, and people are talking about it on YouTube. They're talking about it a lot now. So kind of validated what I had already started to research. So it's just, yeah, I have to look at it. But for me, I have to stop looking at it as much for my channel because it gets in my head. It gets annoying.
Yeah. Yeah.
But then if you're not watching that, how do you know when to like give your audience something paid, like a paid offer or merch? How do you know when to do that?
You don't need to look at your analytics to do that.
How do you know when to offer something? When is it time?
When you have an offering. when you have a good product or a service that brings value. And I would say be authentic to yourself. Don't feel salesy, right? Like, I know Alexa is here. She's an expert. I want to say expert.
I'm not an expert.
And I'm going to leave her time to answer that. But she has a new offering on her school community. So she's going to answer that question. But I think when you know the demand is there, supply and demand, right, honey? Supply and demand. But you have to know the supply and demand of your own audience. Like, I can't give you a generic, like, oh, in 3 months. No, you have to know your own tribe, like how we were saying, and you have to know your offering, because we have different offerings, different levels of those offerings. So you have to know your own space with regard to, and then your comfort factor, because you don't want to feel like, so I'm not a person that fleeces. I'm like, I don't, great that these prices are their prices, but just because Alexa's prices is her prices, that doesn't mean my price is her price. She is a different group, a different skill set than me. And I'm not saying I should short sell myself, but I should be authentic to me and my audience. Alexa, what's your answer?
Yeah, I think this is something I talk with my business mentor all the time. I think we're actually never selling enough, because in our head, if you're a heart-centered, empathetic, kind person, you don't ever want to sell. Like, you just don't ever feel like it. You don't enjoy selling. And I think that we need to look at it as, this is what I'm working on myself, is that if you can help someone, you want to offer something to them. If they want to learn more than what you have on your channel, and they aren't aware that you could help them, they're going to go somewhere else, even though they would like to work with you, because they don't know that you have something to offer. So I think it's our duty almost to make an offer, to say what we have to them. Granted, I always try to do it in an organic way. I'm not join my mentorship program now. I'm always like, by the way, if this is over your head, if this is confusing, I'm here for you. I offer mentorship. I'm happy to help you. Otherwise, let's get back to it. So it doesn't have to be like a sales pitch or anything. It's just making an offering of if you want more from me because you like what you're seeing here and you want to go deeper, I do have stuff for you. I feel like, and to be honest, I got an email last week, and someone said to me, do you offer coaching? I can't find anywhere on your channel that you offer coaching, which is so funny to me, because every video I have in the description, work with me, and so you just never assume people see those things, because, the world is so rushed. So they might be watching your video on the train, on the commuting, and they're just listening, or they're watching or whatever. And then they move on to the next thing, and they don't ever look in the description, or they don't ever. So it's good to say it. It's good to say it in your videos and say, I do have this offer if you find yourself wanting more or something like that. So I do think that we don't sell enough, because I get people all the time. They're like, you're so hard to find. They're so hard to find if I can work for you. And I'm like, it blows my mind. I feel like, oh, I'm selling too much. So I think in our heads, it's another thing we like feel like we're doing too much. We feel uncomfortable doing. So maybe we don't do it as much as we could. I'm not saying be in your videos and 24/7 pitching something, but I do think that it's important because to mention it in every video. I used to never say that. I used to be like, always just give value and then throw it in there every once in a while. But you never know which video people are going to watch. So it doesn't hurt to say it in every video. Just say it in a way that's helpful, and because it is helpful. And that's another thing we need to realize, that the things we offer is a service to help people. So of course, if someone's struggling with something, if you see someone drowning, you're not just going to walk by them drowning. You're going to throw a life thing to them, life vest or life, whatever you call it, those circle things.
Yeah,
Give me some coffee.
yeah,
You know, like,
life-saving device.
Life-saving device, exactly. So
yeah.
But I'm also trying not to be. Go ahead.
Yeah. No, sorry, Alexa.
I was just saying, I'm trying not to be too loud because my daughters sleep next to this office. So if I seem like I'm like loud but not loud, that's why.
No, that's all good. Sometimes I think too that like if you've got a lot going on in the description box, you know, like you've got like your links to videos or some, you've got an affiliate links and things like that. Maybe sometimes, like especially like, you know, me, older people or something, you know, like, and you're on your phone, you get the quite shortened links as well. So you can't always easily distinguish what the thing is. But tell us about, as Riva mentioned before, tell us about your new offering that you've just emailed out in the last day.
Oh, yeah. So I was walking this morning. So I actually just announced it today. I was walking this morning and I was just like, after that video I posted yesterday, the day before, I can't remember. I don't even know what day it is, to be honest. This is the joy of having lots of kids. Just kidding. After that video, I was just like, there's so many beautiful people that I don't get to work with because of my price point. And I really want to work with more people. And I've been wanting to do a group coaching setting for a really long time. But as having a business mentor and strategy in place, I haven't done it. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. And so I was walking this morning and it was just so beautiful. And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to offer a quick 3-month group mentorship program. If anyone wants to join, it's going to be $1,500. Hop on the bandwagon if you want to do it. And I just wanted to like put it out there because I've been wanting to do it. And it's perfect 3 months to test it and to just like give as much value and get people to grow as quickly as possible. Because this is one of the best seasons to grow on YouTube. Is, you know, the last quarter of the year is really one of the best times to grow on YouTube, because summer people are not sleeping, but you know, they're not like on YouTube so much.
Yeah.
Then this is like the begin again, like everyone's kind of getting ready for winter and going inward. So they're on their screens more, they're buying more, they're they're just more actively on platforms. And then come the new year, the first January, a lot of activity, and then February, and it kind of slows down again, because like January is like, oh yeah, let's become a new person. It's the new year. But yeah, so it's a great time to be on online and grow your channel. And that's why I was like, I want to do this now. I have high ticket going on all the time, but I want to touch and talk to the people that I was when I started. You know, like I lost my job. I didn't have much money. I invested $1,200 into Sean Cannell's course, his online course, right? And so like, that's all I had. And that's what I did. But that was a DIY. That was like, do it yourself, read the course, do it yourself. And it worked for me. It worked. But not very long after that, I actually hired a mentor, you know, and worked with someone one-to-one. So I do know that like, you can learn a lot of these tools watching the videos, of course, and grow your channel. But sometimes if you don't understand or you miss something in the video, you could do it wrong. You'll figure it out eventually, but it just might slow you down. You know, like you might think, oh, I'm applying this technique, but it might not be applied in the right way for your niche, because every niche is so different, you know, like especially with thumbnails, like really loud thumbnails work really great in the grow YouTube niche, but then really loud thumbnails don't work so well in the minimalist, live simply lifestyle. Yeah. So it's like, you might hear, like, I remember a woman heard in my channel, make your thumbnails very contrasty so they stand out. Like, so your words stand out is what I meant, like against the background and stuff like that. But she took it as like, they need to be loud. But her channel was all about peace and meditation and calm.
Yeah.
And then she did all these bold, you know, thumbnails. And I understand, like, she was like, I heard what you said. I'm going to do it because it works, you know? And it's like, that's the problem. And that's why I really want to talk to people, because I want to like guide them and have them talk back to me, you know, like, you know, like, cause you can talk to people in the comments And I can talk to people in school, like once a week, I see them in my school community, but it's not enough. You want that like continuous feedback. And that's why, like, I feel like mentors are so valuable. Like, and that's why I have many mentors, because you change, you evolve on YouTube too. So as you evolve, your channel's evolving, and then you're trying to do these new tactics, and it's like, is this working? And there's a lot of moving parts. So I think it's really good to, anyway, so that's my new offering. I'm totally rambling now, you guys. This is not the best time to talk to me in the daytime. But yes, so I'm doing a 3-month program. If there's people that are interested, like if I find that people want this, and I'm going to do $1,500, 3 months. I'm going to go live. I'm going to make a whole new community. I don't know if it's going to be on School or Kajabi or whatever, but there's going to be a feed, like a community. So you have each other, and then you have me coming in there twice a week for 1 hour, and I'll make it like morning and nighttime here so that we can get people all over the world and make sure they're not missing it. They'll be recorded, all of that stuff. And then I'm also going to teach something each week. So I want to like focus on like niche, or focus on titles, or focus on knowing your audience, or focusing on how to know your audience and how to find your voice, storytelling, all of those things. Like there's so many things that for the 3 months, I just want to focus on what I know moves the needle the most for people, because I think that's the most important part when you start a YouTube channel, is to do stuff that moves the needle, not necessarily to grow your channel fast, but to give you the confidence that people are seeing your stuff, because that helps you to keep going. If you feel like it's not growing, you're going to burn out really fast, and you're just going to lose heart or lose faith that it's going to work. And so that's it. It's good to like get some of the skills, the most important skills down first, and then worry about, refining all the little details later on. But the most important skills first, especially if you're a talking head, would be storytelling. And of course, title, thumbnail is really important to get them in your video. But once they're in your video, like those are the main things. It's like knowing your audience, storytelling, and like engaging with them and creating community and stuff like that. So yeah. So anyway, that's the new program. I don't know if there's going to be any interest. I just threw it out there. I like how to walk, had an epiphany. I was like, you know what? I miss talking to the people that are just getting started. Like I love the beginner, because the beginner's journey is so exciting too. It's hard, but it's exciting. It's like the most can happen then, especially if something clicks. It's like whoosh, it's really cool to watch and to be a part of that, and to be a part of someone wanting to bring their passion to life, and being scared to, and then getting over that. Like there's so many wonderful hurdles to watch someone go through. And that is like the best part of this job, is just witnessing someone come out of their shell, or like go for it and be like, wow, people actually watched my video. Wow, people actually commented. It's really exciting to do that. So anyway, that's what I'm offering.
And also, Alexa, if people aren't subscribed to your newsletter, because that's how we've found out about it. So where can they see that? Is that in your description? Like in each video, or
I put it in my no. See, I haven't announced. I was just doing it to the school community and email, and you guys just revealed it to the rest of YouTube.
Yes. So how can people? Tell us about how they can link to those things, and I'll type them in.
Well, they could go to my school community, which is Creator Boost Tribe. But if I find there's interest, then I will make an official, like, here's how you sign up if you want to join.
Yes.
But there's nothing like that in place, because this is like I just had this epiphany this morning, and I want to see if there's interest.
A soft offerings, eh?
Just to see if people want it. So there, my school community would probably be the best place. And then if you get on the email list, you just have to, find any of the links in my description that say join the new, like grab the new YouTuber checklist, or any kind of lead magnet that I have in my list. There's the new YouTuber checklist, and then there's a resource list, I think, too. You can see how well I know my own description.
You've got a lot of value. You've got a lot of value that you're giving to us all the time. So
well, thanks.
I want to see how many people in the chat actually. I'm an old school Alexa YouTuber, and I copped it was a Excel spreadsheet type to track your views, subscribers, everything.
Click through,
and I made that. So hopefully people can go back and maybe get that from Alexa's channel. And then I think last year I posted one like it on the community post tab on my channel. And I always gave credit to Alexa, whether it was on a video, because I think I did 2 or 3 videos where you popped up, you were I would have your channel and then do it at your channel, and then told the people where I got the idea or the resource from, and then I gave it to them for free. So you had a lot of free value on your channel. And I also saw a lot of people, honey, copy your thumbnail. Good gracious, your thumbnail was a whole thumbnail movement to the
Really?
point
I
where
didn't know
I
this.
would. Oh my God, yes.
You're not
So
spending enough
last
time
year,
doom scrolling.
Oh, really?
yeah, I mean, research. So I'm like scrolling, especially, I mean, in my area, I have to get through my own things first, the things that will show up because of my niche. But it was like I had to look to make sure it wasn't you. And a few times, I mean, like more than a few times, it was not you. And I was like, people need to understand it's just a template, right? Like that was just a template. So then they would use your entire thumbnail. But unlike you, people have used my entire video.
Oh gosh. Oh, yeah.
They use the
no.
video and the thumbnail and the whole, like the videos have been stolen before. So I taught about, what do you do when you have content that's stolen? Anything that I learn, I just go back and teach.
Yeah.
Anything that I go through, I just go back and teach it.
Yeah. I had someone steal my channel. Like they made it an Alexa Saarenoja channel. And I
Oh
didn't
my
even know. One of my clients pointed it out to me. I was like, oh, okay. So then I had to contact YouTube and I said, someone made a fake channel with my name. It was like Alexa Saarenoja and then underscore like Z-Vibe43 or something like that. So
Yeah.
Oh,
and
well,
they,
no, yeah, that's happened to me 85 million times. Like the Reva,
okay, yeah.
with all the numbers and then the WhatsApp and the
Yeah, the
channel.
WhatsApp thing, that was
Yeah,
a big thing. It's like in the comments, the call me, like, or whatever. And it's like, oh
call
gosh.
me on the WhatsApp.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Wow.
Yeah.
So those are things that, I guess we both probably teach. Like when you start this YouTube journey, beware of your emails, right? Because you'll get all kind of things in your email. So make sure you have a proper separate email associated with your YouTube, and don't answer every email and don't believe everything you read in
Yeah.
the emails. So there's lots of YouTube security that you need to put in place. And that's why you need a good coach like Alexa or myself. I'm not doing as much coaching because we want to talk about real quick when you start getting in the coaching and consulting space, like Miriam is the exit queen, how to get out of, relationships or the United States or wherever you are with a corporate job, how to exit properly. When you start consulting and coaching, honey, you better protect your space, protect your time, your energy, the whole nine. Can you talk to us just like a wee bit before I let you go, because it's late there, about that? Because product, good, or service, the video is there to help and to grow you, to give the value. But if you have a product, good, or service, and the service happens to be coaching and consultant like you're doing, how does that work for your time and your mental health?
Yeah, so that was a journey for me. When I was doing just regular one-off coaching, that was quite easy. That was like I had a calendar, so I knew my time for that. Like I had a certain amount of slots open. People filled them up. I had those calls. Bada bing, bada boom. It was done. But then when I started doing coaching, like high ticket coaching, then the first round that I did, I didn't know what I was doing. I took on 22 people. And I originally wanted to take on 10, but my coach was telling me, you can handle more than 10. You totally can. And granted, I love my business mentor. He's amazing, but he is also 22. I am 46. I have 3 children. I have a family. I have a lot going on. And I had never done this before either. So it was like,
That's a lot.
yeah. And like I had to onboard everyone, like everyone started the same day. I had a launch, and then I was like, like I had to launch that weekend, Saturday and Sunday. I did 2 weekends in a row, Saturday and Sunday, 12-hour days on the weekends. Didn't see my kids those 2 weekends. And then I was like, you know what? Everyone's like, well, when's this starting? I'm like, oh, it's starting Monday. Like, no, you don't do that. But I didn't know. You don't know until you do it, right? So I had a launch. I was exhausted from the launch. It was all this like stress and like sales. I don't do sales. I had no idea what I was doing with sales. Got a lot of people. Then I had to figure out how to charge them, like PayPal.
Hold on, Alexa, because some people might not know you. How much did you make in that weekend? $73,000.
Yeah, 72,000. Yeah, but here's the thing, and this is something I learned too, and I want to make a whole video about this one day, and I will. I made $72,000, but I probably collected 30,000, to be honest. because I did payment plans. I will never. And this is why when people come on a
Oh,
call now and they're like, "Do you do payment plans?" I'm like, "No, I don't. I do one payment or two payments." And I can stand in my strength because of what I went through, right? So many people ghosted me. So many people stopped paying. Like the program this was my bad. And I want to educate people from my mistakes.
Nice.
I
Yeah.
had a 6-month program and I gave them a 12-month payment plan. Got the payments till 6 months, and then everyone ghosted. Not everyone. There's a lot of amazing people in that program that stayed. But I mean, it's just common sense. Like my husband, the Viking, was like, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that. And I'm like, but you know what? When Isla was laid off, I needed 12 months to pay for the course, and I did that.
I
and like,
understand why you did that. I understand why you
yeah.
did that.
And I was like, people are good. People are good. But there's a lot of people that don't go.
Yeah.
Aren't like us, maybe. That was a shock, but I learned a lot. And so now I don't do payment plans. And I also don't take 22 people at a time either, because that was just insane. And I don't have them all start at the same time either. Like I'll do a launch and I'll do a 6-month program. But if I can get people in 2 weeks early and give them like a 2-week early head start and they still stay the 6 months, I will do that, because I get someone starting a little bit earlier. So everyone's starting staggered. I take 8 people. I don't take more than 8 people now. So and my price went up. So that was the thing. And that was the nice thing about this. The 22 people I did at, what was it, 3,600, something, 3,600. And I took 22 people. And then the next round, I did a 3-month. I was like, 6 months is too long to work with someone. I'm just going to do 3 months. I think I was just burnt out, to be honest. And so I did 3 months and I did it at 4,800. And so I doubled from 6 months to 3 months in the next round. And then I was like, 3 months just isn't enough time for new YouTubers to grow and for me to help them, because I start to really learn about the person within 3 months. Like YouTube has them on their knees. And then that's when the true person comes out, And so now I went back to a 6-month program, and then I increased the price again. And so when I increased the price, I work with a lot less people. So I have, it's just like, but I should have worked with less people back then too. I'm not saying that, but now I know, and then, here's the other thing. So that when I started to work with less people, like I take on 8 now, I realize I can work with more, because now I've done it before. Now I know what I'm doing. Now I have systems in place. Now it's all like, and so there's all these seasons you go through, and it's really helpful. It almost killed me, the first cohort of 22 people. It was just, I was learning so much and trying to help people at the same time. It's like, and have a family and not sleep at night and take calls at night. I worked all day. Then from 4 o'clock to 8 o'clock, I was with my kids. Then from 8 to midnight, I was working again. So it was just like, I didn't sleep. And then my daughter was waking up in the night, or one of my daughters, or getting up at 5 in the morning for my toddler. It was just so much. So, but it was the best learning moment. And I also knew going into that, I discussed with my husband, I said, I might not see you for the next 6 months. Are you okay with that? And he was like, okay, do what you got to do. This is an amazing opportunity, right? But it was also hard on our marriage too, because we didn't see each other. So there's so many things that you have to think about, but you don't know until you do it. And that's why, I don't know if I'm answering your question or even what your question was at this point.
Absolutely. I'm gaining so much insight.
Yeah.
But it's like, I went through that hard season to get to this easier season. So now I have higher prices. I work with less people. And I also work with people that aren't going to ghost me, because they're more invested, because the price is more. Not saying there were amazing people in that program at that price point too, but the majority, it wasn't so beautiful, and I think it's just, and you hear that everywhere. And that's the hard thing. And that's why I wanted to do this $1,500 program, is because I know there's people out there that are like hustlers and hard workers, and that will show up and that will pay the bill, and that will want to grow at that price point. So that's why I'm offering it. But you learn so much. Like the journey is like, it's insane, but to protect your energy, that you have to learn by doing. Like I seriously almost killed myself in that first cohort, but I wouldn't know that I was going to do that until I did it, and there were refunds too. Like there were like, people were like, you just seem exhausted. I'm like, you know what? I am. And like, when they wanted to leave, I was almost grateful, because I couldn't do it. But that also was like a really humbling moment too, to be like, you know what? You're right. I can't do this. Please take your money back. I can't serve you right now. And to be like honest about it too, that was also like, I took on too much. I didn't know. Now I know. And so now I don't do that. And now I don't need to give refunds, because I'm fully there for my clients. So there's so much you learn, and it's tough. It really is. But the only way to get better is to go through to get in the arena, to fight,
That's
to
it.
fall down,
That's
to
it.
stand up. Yeah. And also I think a lot of creators want to hide this stuff, like hide if you had to give a refund, or hide if you failed, or hide, like if you took on too much. And I don't see why we need to hide that, because everyone, if you've never done something before, to expect yourself to be perfect at it is just insanity. Like, it's just, you have to give yourself some grace and know that you're going to make mistakes. And then, but the way you handle the mistakes is the most important. Like,
Mhm.
I learned I don't do that again. And I even made videos about like the dark side of YouTube and stuff when that was happening. And yeah, and now I'm in a great place and I'm happy and all of this. But I also now I miss helping the people that are really passionate, that can't afford the higher ticket. And I was that person when I started. So that's why I really want to do this new program and see if there's interest. We'll see. I have no idea. But anyway.
Yeah. Yeah.
There you go.
Love it.
I did. So what you don't know that you did answer was the fact, once I saw it today, I was like, oh, so it's $1,500 and then there's no payment plan. And that piqued my curiosity as to why that wasn't a payment plan. Because
Yeah.
I had a 3-month type that was nowhere, near 1,500, but I still offer payment plans for those. And I was curious to know why. And let me tell
Yeah.
you also, sister, you did 22 people, like 12 people. Like, you learn by doing, like you said. And I think the greatest thing to do is to do it. Maybe just don't do it like we did it. 'Cause yeah, 12 people. I started the same way. Like, I think, like I said, I followed you. I didn't have the information as far as like, I just had my information, but I followed you as far as like, okay, you don't, because I think one thing that resonated with me for you was like, you don't have to be an expert to help somebody. And I was
No.
like, man,
Yeah.
that's true. Like, I was holding
Mhm.
myself back. So then I just started low, started with like one person like you. And then I had, after that, I opened it up to like whatever. And I didn't know I should put limits on it. And I had like 12 to 15 people before you knew it. And I felt like, and then I was doing like every day. It was bad. It was
Yeah.
good, but it was bad for me. It was good. Miriam was in it, but it was bad for me because I had no time. And then I started to put Sundays as safe space for me, where I was not going to do anything on a Sunday. And then I felt better. And then I added another day in there for me, and I felt better.
Yeah. And that's what you learn too. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. And something else you said I wanted to add on to it because it's so important.
Was it with your was it with your school, the payment plan, or coaching, making a safe space, building in a cushion for coaching, anything like that?
It was something around the payment plans.
Viva, I think,
Oh, yeah.
the community that you established is so like, also they're like Alexa, like, and they're humble and they want to be fed, and I was fine. Like when you were like, okay, you know what, I knew that you took on more than, and all these people wanted your
They were
information.
pulling, Alexa.
Hey,
They were pulling, pulling, pulling.
I was fine.
And I didn't
Yeah.
know how because I didn't know, I never professed to be like a guru. I'm a coach, I'm a cheerleader. Coaching is just
Of course.
helping the person discover what they have inside of them and maybe what you've already walked through, right? You're just pointing them in the right direction, giving them information, having them be accountable, giving them tools, but they have the craft. You're just helping them to keep consistent, and you're giving them little insights,
Accountability.
playbooks, like when football game, right? The coach is on the side, but the people are on the field doing the work. You're just telling them like the playbook, like go this way, do that way, but they're doing that work. They have to train. They have to train. You can't do that work for them. So if I give you a bunch of homework and next week I come and you didn't do the homework, you're accountable to your coach, right? Or like you did something different than the playbook, I'm going to ask you, well, why did you do that way?
Yeah. Oh, that reminds me what I wanted to say is that when you take on a lot of people, you learn about the different personalities and you quickly learn to distinguish between the growth mindset individuals and the ones that don't have a growth mindset. Like they're stuck, you know, and the ones that want to be saved and the ones that want you to do it for them. They think just by being near you, it'll fix it, but it's not the truth. So that was the biggest thing I took away too, is like learning who, just the way they speak, you know, when they blame things or when they talk like, oh, I can't do that, or that, you know, that doesn't work in this niche, or I couldn't do that. Like if they have all this negative talk, then I realize now if I hear that in a sales call, I already know we're not going to work well together. Like I want to hear the people that are like, I know I can do this. I'll figure it out. Like, I'm so excited to do this. I'm so like optimistic, open, like they have that growth mindset. Like I can figure this out. I can do this. The ones that are like always saying negative things, down, down. I know not to work with those people now. I didn't know that when I started, but like, that's what the beauty of going through these things is you start to feel or realize the different personalities that you would or wouldn't work well with. And also I learned a lot to trust my gut. You really have to go with your intuition. There were so many people in the calls that I was like, I don't think this is going to work. But at that time, I didn't even think to say no because I wanted to work. I had this amazing opportunity in front of me. And my gut was like, I don't think this is going to work out. And those were usually the ones that ghosted or the ones that left or something. So trust your gut a lot in the sales call and don't be afraid to turn people down. Even if you need the money so badly, it's just going to burn you in the end anyway. I feel like it. Just really pay attention to the people that are speaking positively or negatively about things. Yeah, that was a big takeaway for me too with the first round. Yeah, and also knowing what you can and cannot do too. Like you were saying, like I need Saturdays off, I need Sundays off. You need your space, but also like I'm not the. If you want to hire me to be your accountability buddy, where I check in with you every day, I don't do that. I'm more of a teacher, a guide. You are or you aren't?
No.
Yeah. I can't do I want to be with people that take responsibility. They go after it. They get it. You know, I'm there to check in if you want me to check in like once a week. And like, usually most of my clients are talking to me on chat all the time, 24/7. But I mean, like, I'm not going to be like, did you do this? Did you do this? Did you do this? You know, and like, I knew. So now I know to say that in sales calls. If you're looking for an accountability buddy, join my school community, find someone in there to work with because I'm not an accountability buddy. I will lead you and show you and teach you and help you, but I can't be there sending you an email every day. Like, did you do your homework? So yeah, that was another thing. But anyway, I'll stop talking.
Nice.
All of that, doing the thumbnails for the people, doing the things for the people, like all of those things that, you know, I'll gift people. Like, you know, it depends on where you are. And if I have time, I'll gift it, but don't think that it's going to be a given, right? Like if I gift you something, like there's things that you pay for that you will get, but then there's benefits that you'll get when I have time. If I have time.
Yeah.
So, and it's all about relationship though, too. I think respect goes both, you know, ways in a client coach relationship as well. And I love our community, right? Like, because we have a lot of people that's in our community that are just on fire, respectful, loving, very supportive. So, I mean, no, I can't speak for all 31,000, but I can speak definitely for 300.
Yes.
And if that's the number God gave me, then that's the number. I'm okay with that. Because I think I'm very mindful of your time, but I want you to have the parting words. But before that, I want to say, because you do not need a large community to give value or to feel value. You just need the faithful few that's called to you and you're called to them in order to make a positive impact in your own universe, So that's my word of wisdom as people are looking at views and counts and numbers and subscribers and all these things that could drive us crazy sometimes. I see my friend Danielle in the chat. She's so faithful, and she's one of the faithful few that we always talk about. Be mindful of your why. Sometimes your why sometimes changes, but always ask, why am I doing this? Why? And make sure that your why is integral with your purpose. And I think that helps us to stay grounded, even during the cusp of burnout and quit. I have to revisit, you know, my whiteboard and moments like this when I ask and the universe says yes to Alexa, when the universe says yes to friends, when God says yes to purpose, when God says this is your destiny, this is your call, and this is your place, it's YouTube. So Miriam, I'm gonna let Alexa wrap it up. So Miriam, what wisdom do you have to give to us from España, from Spain, from the exit queen?
Well, the wisdom that I would share, if you want to call it wisdom, is just really experience to not stay in any kind of situation that you feel like is no longer serving you. Don't feel like you have to be tied to your present circumstance and be in that box and feel like just because you were born in the United States, you got to stay in the United States. Like my dream was always to go someplace, I didn't know where at the time, but someplace where they were just speaking another language. And I just wanted to broaden my horizons and go somewhere else. I left my 9 to 5 because I didn't feel like I had hit the ceiling and, the ceiling was hitting me back. And I was like, oh, you know what? This is it. And I was in a long-term toxic relationship that I was like, why? Why am I doing this to myself? And I just left it all and never looked back because I could. And I just made a decision and I didn't know how it was going to work out. Yeah, I had a loose plan, but I followed, my intuition. It's something that God was pulling me toward and I followed it and that it worked out. It really worked out. And I just think that everybody should follow their intuition, follow your dream, follow your passion, whatever you want to call it. Just go towards it. If you put your foot forward, the doors are going to open for you. And don't be afraid to follow your dreams.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Thank you, Miriam. Karen,
All right.
hold on one second. Danielle, thank you. So I got some birthday coffee money from Danielle. Just Danielle 365 she's a Christian therapist and just all around great, funny person. Go check out our channel. And then Khalil, this is my name and this is my story. They gave me some coffee money and Celsius money. So I just wanted to give them a shout out here. So
you've got enough coffee money to shout all of us coffee, actually. That's come through this.
Yeah,
which is very,
I
very
can
nice.
send it to you.
Okay, you send us a virtual coffee. Send us pictures of you drinking all your coffees. And hello to Mr. Rob the Maritimer. He's
Hey Rob.
He's teasing us like, your girl's still here. I'm like, well, we've learned from the man himself for this 3-hour lives. Right. So for me, I really liked Alexa. Just so many gems in your latest video, but I really liked you really drumming home there are no hacks in life for success. So you just kept on repeating that message. And what I really love too is that you've been giving us so many messages about by standing and who you are, you shine so bright that people can't help but be attracted, come to you. And just that, the last thing I'll say is I really loved your come front stage, front and center, stand tall, stand in who you are, show up that way, and you'll most definitely grow on YouTube. I really love that you just gave that message so much because that's the sort of encouragement that, all of us need all the time when, we're at home, we're in a room all by ourselves and everything. Mm-hmm. So yeah, just love your new pivot back to basics, as you say, and just love it all. Just keep experimenting, keep bringing us new stuff. And yeah, we're here for it. Yeah. And thank you for today.
Yeah, thank you all. I really appreciate it.
Reva, and happy birthday to Reva.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. Alexa, you got the last words, honey. And also, Alexa, check your DM in the school.
Okay, I will. Maybe not tonight, but I will.
No. Yeah, check it. I'm here for you.
Okay, thanks. Okay, parting words. 10 o'clock at night. Come to me.
You got it, girl. No. I'm here to pull it out of you.
Come on, pump your podcast.
Come on down. Bring in the journey. Bring it in. The journey begins.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, I'm just gonna say what I always say because I really believe it is everybody matters. Everyone has something they need to say, and there are people here on this planet that need to hear it from you, and they can only hear it from you. And that is why it is so important, especially in this day and age, that we speak our voice and we speak it proudly and we stand in who we are and we really do take that full stage because there are people that need to hear what you have to say because they're hurting and you can help them stop hurting. I really believe that. And that YouTube is such an amazing platform to reach those people, because those people might not be your neighbors. They might be countries away, and just don't even have access to you otherwise. So I think it's so important to speak your voice, and to know that even if you feel like you don't matter, even that you feel like your life is insignificant, it is so significant, because you could say one thing and it could change the trajectory of someone's life. All of us have had that happen to us. Someone in our life has said something to us. It could have been a total stranger. It could have been a teacher that totally changed the trajectory of our life and made such a big impact on us when the people that surrounded us were hurting us so much. So I really believe that if you have something to say, please say it, and don't let camera shyness, feeling like you're ugly, feeling like you're too old, feeling like whatever the two-ness is, don't let that stop you, because we are all have such beautiful hearts, and people need to hear our hearts, and people speak from heart to heart. They don't see your face. They don't see the color of skin. They don't see where you live. They don't see your accent. For the person that was wondering if you would listen to someone with an accent, I listen to people with accents all the time. My husband has an accent. I live in Finland, we speak from our hearts. And if we speak from our hearts, people hear it with their heart and don't see anything else. So if you want to touch people, just open up and just show up, and you will change lives. Even if you don't need to go viral to change lives. You reach 5 people, you change 5 people's lives. It's an amazing opportunity. And I think we need to really see that one person watching is such a big deal. We see it's like one view, boo-hoo, but it's not. It is a big deal. It's one person out there in the world that you might have totally transformed their life. You don't even know it. And maybe you'll hear 10 years down later, they'll write you an email and be like, you had such an impact on my life.
Yeah.
So just go for it. Please just go for it. And let's make this world a better place, because this world is struggling right now, and we need to show up and help each other. So that's what I would say. So something was able to come out at 10 o'clock at night. Woo-hoo.
You did so good.
But this was really fun. Thank you so much for inviting me on here and teaching me how to go live through someone else's stream. So Reva taught me something today.
Yay. Winning.
Yes.
I love you. God bless you. Everybody on the live. Yes. Everybody in the chat. Everybody who took their time to share with us on the YouTube space. Sharing with me on my born day today, 55, still alive, and I'm grateful to God because of connection and community. So I thank everybody. I thank you so much. And I'll see you on the replay. Thank you, Alexa.
Thank you, Alexa. Thank you, Reva. Thank you, Miriam. Thank you, everyone, for watching.
Bye.